break, 2, 3, break, 2, 3, break, 2, 3, break.
Home to over 118,000 people, Ibeju-Lekki was originally populated by mostly indigent fish farmers. Formerly a swampy area, a backwater suburb with Yoruba communities, Akodeshe and Okunshe men and women who solely depend on fishing as a source of livelihood. The men usually set off during the early hours of the morning to return late in the afternoon. The joy upon their return is measured by what the ocean gives them. On the other hand, the women take care of the home. They dry and sort the crayfish ready for the market.
I am Senior Nursing Officer Semako, working in the pediatric unit of Ibeju-Lekki General Hospital. I want to briefly talk about one of our preterm babies, Abike, that was delivered here in the unit by an unbooked patient. The mother came in fully dilated, and a scan was asked to be done. So on doing the scan, the babies were presenting, it was a twin gestation, and the babies were presenting breech. So it was at the point of doing the scan that the first twin came out, and that was Abike. She was born at 0.9 kg. So the second baby was unable to make it because the mother has been at CBA before coming to the hospital.
They call him Baba. He lives and works within the community as a traditional birth attendant, TBA. For over 3 decades, Baba Obele has supervised the delivery of over 3,000 babies. When we asked him about those who died, Baba almost came down with tears, knowing that many birth-related tragedies and deaths within this community are mostly avoidable.
The Essential Newborn Care Course is a program introduced in Nigeria in 2008, and over the years we're about to cascade this program, this workshop, across different states. In Lagos State, we were able to run this program in Ikorodu for a number of months, and today we've been at Ibeju-Lekki for the past few days. We've been at Ibeju-Lekki for the past 5 days. We arrived on Sunday to train frontline health workers in Ibeju-Lekki to help crash neonatal mortality in Ibeju-Lekki. The Essential Newborn Care Course is actually a 4-day workshop for doctors and nurses, and it contains different packages. We have Module 1, which comprises communication skills and prevention of infection using standard precautions. We have Module 2, which is the Helping Babies Breathe module. We have Module 3, which is the essential care for every baby, and Module 4, which is essential care for small babies. We trained the health workers on how to ensure they wash their hands the right way, on how to communicate properly, and we also took the module on Helping Babies Breathe. The Helping Babies Breathe module emphasizes the importance of babies breathing at the first minute of life.
One of the major concerns that has remained an issue across the country is the rate of infant and maternal mortality, a subject so critical yet long ignored, usually masked with the saying, God gives and God takes. No, not anymore. This ignorance and negligence, which has cut short the lives of innocent unborn babies as well as expectant mothers, is worth looking into. Abike, a name from ancient wisdom for a modern child, meaning loved and nurtured by all.
I see she's laughing.
Circumstances surrounding her birth have made her the pivot of this documentary.
Well, at least not every time, but at least when sometimes I'm chance that there is not so the world is not so busy. Come out once in a while to come and see her with other nurses. So whenever we are on duty like that, actually it is not me alone, but some of us, as in the pediatric nurses that we nurse her, they will normally come around once in a while that we are chance. Amawale koko láti wá wò. Like twice in a week, normally come around to come and see her.
So how would you describe her now?
She has really grown, as in so different from how she was discharged. I have a picture of her while she was discharged. This was her when she was discharged.
Shortly after her birth, tragedy struck. Her struggling mother died alongside her twin sister. The joyful sound of her newborn baby suddenly interrupted, filling the room with quietness and sadness.
You have the issue of the bleeding. Then we rush her to hospital. When we get there, when they are trying to no way. This is my labor room where we deliver babies. This is the bed. After delivering, the mother and the child will come back to this bed. Then this is our scale. This is the scale. After delivering, we check the weight of the baby. After delivery, when we left labor room, we go to the sitting room where the babies and their mother lie after they have bathed. This morning we have 2 children. One here now. We see that he's sucking her mother's breast. This is the second baby. This is the mother. Sometimes we have 4 or 5 deliver here every day. We feel so bad because we didn't know what the child may be in future to come, and what you can do to the family, even to the community, or even to the society, even to the government. Tomorrow can become a lawyer, can become a doctor, can become a pharmacy, even you can become a governor. But if such thing happen to the family that the thing happen to, see by happen to, we dey so bad, we dey so sad, because it's not thing that is good for the family, because somebody put child inside the womb for 9 months. You know how it's be. During time of eating, during time it's not eating, this time we feel hot, the time we feeling so tired that to the end of the day, and he can't gain the child. It's very bad. Even to us who deliver the child, we feel it's so bad, because all our effort is going in vain. No happiness in what we are doing, no praise what we are doing. Even to tell the family that this is what happened, it's very sad.
The issue of TBA and orthodox medicine has always been at loggerhead. Like they said, the government are the one that give them the permission. And in what their limitations to what the government asks them to do. They can use whatever is herbal, but not you combining orthodox medicine with the native medicine. So the problem we have is that they don't limit themselves to what they can do. They go beyond. For instance, a woman that had a cesarean section had no business being a TBA. A TBA will register the woman, be seeing the woman. The woman is in labor, she can't deliver. By the time they are referring the woman to the hospital, the woman had ruptured her uterus. Baby is gone. We are battling with saving the mother's life. So if the government give them all avenue that if you are going to use herbal, do it. But when it comes to using orthodox medicine, leave it to the hospital.
To the community, who are the people that nearer to the community than hospital. Because sometimes some people didn't have money to pay for a hospital bill. But if you get to our place, we do it. Don't ask them to go. Anytime when they get the money, you come and pay. Sometimes if you see that there's no money and the family is so poor, you can leave them to go. But in hospital, you will pay the government bill. All the amenities they use for you, you will pay for it. Because it's not nurse that have the amenities they use there. It's not for the MD. It's not for the doctor. It's for government. Government are waiting for what they reap from hospital. And if you didn't do it well, you will account for it. Because everything in the hospital is step by step and it's recorded. If 5 naira lose from there, we give account how you use it. But it's not like that in our own.
In order to encourage them, we work with the local governments and the states, and we give a stipend of 3,000 naira per patient. If you refer your patient on time and they get to us on time, the TBAs that refer that patient get a 3,000 naira for doing that. So that was what in order to really encourage them, because there's no point having to say women will always go to them because they are the closer person in the village, wherever they are living.
I'm here more than 5 to 6 months here before this hospital come. I delivered 81 baby before this hospital come.
The rift between traditional doctors and orthodox medicine is also a contributory factor. Traditional doctors are deeply rooted in culture and beliefs, which form ancient practices, some of which have proved to be fatal.
Like during the delivery, if you want to deliver a child, like 1 hour, 1.5 hours, we see that it's beyond our power. We bring it to hospital. And we will stay there to see what will happen.
Usually, we talked about perinatal mortality and maternal mortality. And part of what we discuss with them is when a baby comes out and he doesn't cry, because most of the cases of perinatal we see is that when the baby didn't cry, they pour hot water on the baby, they beat the baby, you see a lot of them, they make scarification marks on the baby to make the baby. So eventually, by the time they are bringing baby to us, the baby doesn't even cry at all, that they kept the baby for like 3 days before they even brought the baby to the hospital.
To eradicate the death of women and the baby, we try to communicate government that they bring training to the TBA, because if they are trained, all those dead by child, by the mother, will less. Because many TBA just say, I inherit it from my grandfather. I was called by spirit to do it. Is hereditary from our family. My grandfather have doing it. I must do it also. And many, because of money, they see that they see from it, they lure themselves to the system because they want to eat and they want to reach.
If not for COVID, we wanted to do rural health education. We also want to go talk to their baales, that's their obas, their chieftain, and also talk to the patient, go to marketplace. I've been saying that we will dress, because if you're really going to get their attention, you also need to behave like them.
The first minute of life is referred to as the golden minute. And the reason why we refer to this minute as the golden minute is because we want to ensure that oxygen gets to the brain of this baby. We want to ensure that this baby does not suffer any form of brain damage or mishap during the period of birth. So the health workers are taught how to ensure that they prepare for the birth of this baby. And at the birth of the baby is dried thoroughly, stimulated to cry, given routine care. But if the baby does not cry at birth, then it's important to check for some parameters, clear airway, stimulate the baby. Everything is done to ensure this baby breathes. If this baby still does not breathe, then it's important that this baby is ventilated, resuscitated via the use of bag and max. And we expect this baby to breathe when all these steps are carried out. Now, it's important that after this baby has been helped to breathe, we do not just stop there, but we carry out essential care that this baby needs. And the second day, we taught them essential care for every baby, which involves ensuring that within the first 30 minutes of birth, breastfeeding is initiated. This is very, very important, because you realize that in Nigeria, our breastfeeding success rate is quite low. It's abysmally poor. It's just about 24%. And we understand the importance of breast milk for the baby.
The breast is the best for your baby. If the baby start taking something else, it's not going to, because the breast milk substitutes, all this artificial milk, they have more sugar and they are sweeter. So babies start tasting that, they won't want to take the breast again. The other thing is that, because baby does not have to use power to suck, either you do cup feeding, baby is used to swallowing, he won't even want to make any effort to now sucking.
Another important thing we talked about is the importance of skin-to-skin care within the first hour of birth. Ensuring that mothers have their babies close to them would ensure that these babies do not lose it, but rather are kept warm. It would equally help to increase bonding and help to ensure that breastfeeding is initiated early.
If very free because that's why it's
Just like OO said, anything she has, her own wrapper, you can use it. Her own scarf, you can use it. Anything. Wait, because she has not. But the most important thing, just like the presenter said, is to counsel her, to allow her to agree with you, to tell her the advantages, and make sure that she understands all that.
Mrs. Matthew, who has agreed for her baby to be placed in KMC position, and this is because our baby is small and we want to ensure that the baby is able to maintain normal temperature.
I came for essential newborn care program. For so far so good. For the seminar we came for, I've been able to learn about how to take care of a newborn baby, on how to deliver the baby from mother to abdomen, then mop the body to avoid hypothermia, then to resuscitate our baby. I've learned a lot about doing kangaroo mother care, then how to care for essential small babies. Then when there's any challenges with me, how to refer a baby. I've learned much about that. Then how to put a mother to the breast for the exclusive breastfeeding to be more effective in our community. So by the time I went back to my ward, I need to practicalize what I've learned so that our mothers will enjoy their exclusive breastfeeding, then know how to care for their baby, then to reduce our neonatal mortality and morbidity rates in our environment.
We cannot always have a poor index. We cannot always be said that Nigeria is the second nation that has the highest neonatal mortality rate. No, we do not want that. We want to ensure that our babies are given that chance.
Okay, we have a contribution, a massive contribution from Rotary Club Ibeju-Lekki. We have been given 2 dozens of scrubs for our health workers. Please let's appreciate them. There are also other incentives and things they are bringing for our participants as well as participators. On behalf of Abiye, Maternal and Child Health Foundation, the participators, and every other person that has made this week's workshop a success, I want to say thank you very much. And we say a huge thank you to the Rotary Club. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure sitting with you. Thank you very much.
Every baby counts, and it's important to count every baby.